Welcome to Does the Team Think? Good evening, I'm Vic Reeves and welcome to Does the Team Think, the radio programme that invites four showbiz labourers to answer vital questions from the minds of our audience of gorgeous pedestrians. That's you. And without any further to-do, let's meet our guests tonight. Please welcome Europe's fruitiest landlord, Andy Parsons. And please welcome the original Jimmy Shortshaft, Ralf Little. And now, with a wipe-clean surface, please welcome Gaby Roslin. And welcome old magnetic hands himself. It's Rich Hall. And they're extra magnetic tonight, aren't they, Rich?
No.
Yeah. OK, let's take the first question, and it's from the man there on the bear.
My name is Paul. Does the team think they've mastered the art of the chat-up line or coped with how to receive them?
Does the team think they've mastered the art of the chat-up line or coped with how to receive them? Mine is, your face looks like it launched 1,000 ships.
4.
It's never worked. Your face does look like it's launched 1,000 ships, though. Pushed them out of the harbour. Andy.
Yes, Vic. I thought you were chatting me up there for a minute.
No, I was, actually. You're really quite flat-faced, aren't you, Andy?
Is that another one of your chat-up lines? Does that one not work either?
That didn't work either.
How does old magnetic hands go normally?
We'll find out about that in a minute. So have you got any chat-up lines?
They never work, do they, Vic? You know, I have never seen somebody go up to somebody and go, "Oh, get your coat, love, you've pulled," and the woman go, "All right then," and go and get her coat. It never happens, does it? I did once see a bloke go up to somebody and go, "Get your coat, love, you've pulled," and the woman go, "I haven't got a coat," and he went, "Huh," and walked off. He didn't have a follow-up line.
Do you know there's an old expression when if you come from Yorkshire, it's like when you go into someone's house and say, "Take your clothes off." They mean your coat. Say, "Oh, come in and take your clothes off." Could work as a chap. Like, there's been a lot of babies born in Yorkshire. Gaby, have you been chatting? Have you got any good chat?
No, do you know I've never been chatting.
From men?
I've never had anybody try to chat up
come on.
me. I haven't. They either just, go for the kill. Yeah.
There it is.
I've never had somebody do any corny chat-up lines.
Ralf, you're a young gadabout, a lad about town.
Yes.
Chatting up the birds.
Uh-huh.
What's your line?
Well, I don't have a lot. Lines don't work unless, I have been chatted up by girls.
Have they got good chat-up lines, then?
Well, girls are far more direct, like frighteningly direct.
Rich, you're scribbling away there. Presumably lots of chat-up lines.
What's worked for me so far in the past has been, "Hi, I'm Rich Hall, future guest on Does the Team Think with Vic Reeves."
It has been known to work in the past.
I think you should probably try and pick up as many women with one line instead of just directly with one. Just walk in a bar in a big loud voice and go, "Oi man, sure can work up a thirst trying to find exciting young female talent for a music video."
That's the best. Or just simply a wink. Right, the next question from the bloke who looks like Buddha. In fact, I can't believe it's not Buddha.
Hi, my name's Pete. Does the team think their partner would know what they would like for a present for their next birthday?
Does the team think that their partner would know what they'd like for a present for their next birthday? My wife will be expecting the attachment, I presume, to go on to the thing that I got her last birthday. That'll be the bulb or the harness or the hoist. I don't know what she wants, but it's going to be one of them. Ralph.
I can't
You know, have you got a girlfriend or a wife?
No, I can't get
So
one.
you haven't got any, so you can't get a present. Rich, what about you? You're married. You got a lovely wife and a little girl.
One.
I can't get one. Not one of any sort
Oh,
of
I'm not
quality.
interested in your question then, no? Rich.
Yeah, my wife would. I'm sure she knows that I.
Is she here tonight?
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
so.
well, that's
Aaron?
ruined that question, hasn't it? Andy, what, are you
Yeah, but
married?
I've recently-
Of course you are.
No, I'm not married, but I do have a partner, because I recently had a birthday, and she gave me what I just bought for myself the day before. So I, in fact, have got two of them, and eBay will be getting a visit.
What are they, newspapers?
No, they're not, Vic.
Gaby. What about you?
No, David has no idea, never does.
Oh, David.
Yeah, he gets...
Hasselhoff?
Me and the Hoff,
You've got a new man. Is he new?
No, quite a few years now. He's my second. I'm on my second husband, yes. But no, he has no idea. And he goes completely apoplectic and he gets hysterical because he has no idea ever what to get me. No, oh, see, I did. Oh.
So what did he get you
Sympathy
last birthday?
Oh, I
Come
can't
on.
remember.
Do you not tell him what you want? Do you
Yes,
not...
I do.
Yeah.
Can you remember any? Can you remember any?
A new digital camera, because I told him I wanted a new one.
So what did he get for your last birthday present?
New digital camera, because I told him I wanted one.
How clever of you to remember that so quickly. Very good, let's move on. And the question now comes from the lady there surrounded by vapour. What's your name?
My name's Marissa. Does the team have a pseudonym they'd like to use if it was needed?
Oof. Does the team have a pseudonym they'd like to use if it was needed? My glam rock name is Frederick Sixpence. I'd like it to be. Andy, the parsnip, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe if we were all 5 and at kindergarten. Yeah.
Were you ever called the parsnip?
Yeah, when I was at 5.
So if you were writing a secret letter to someone, and you didn't, like the government,
Yes.
and
So
you
wasn't
didn't
that
want them to
secret?
know that it was you, what would, what...
Well, I did notice that now the car registrations are going for hundreds of thousands of pounds for people who have personalised number plates. If you're going for a pseudonym, why not go for something like C692SWY, and then you could get a really cheap personalised number plate? That would be my advice.
I didn't know. I was looking at number plates.
Because let's face it, Frederick, your glam rock name...
What, Frederick Sixpence?
Yes, very hard to get a personalised
cool.
number plate.
I don't want a number plate with it on. I did see a number plate, though, the other day that said Hitler. And I thought, why would anyone want Hitler on the car?
Very cheap. The credit crunch is hitting everybody these days.
It was an incredibly high price. Ralph, is that a pseudonym?
Well, it's not. No, Ralph Little. Ralph Little is my real name, or at least I thought it was, and I found out about 6 months ago it's not my real name, which was something of a shock to me.
What is it?
Well, technically, it's the name I've always had, and people have always said is it a stage name. But I found out my mum, who had sort of pretensions of middle class aspirations, kept her maiden name, and technically my full name is Ralph Alistair John Bailey Little.
So it is Little.
Well, it's hyphenated.
She didn't change it because she thought it sounded like you were in Little and Large.
No, but I have a hyphenated surname, which I'm appalled by. But she never told me. Why wait till I'm 28 to let me know what my real name is? I feel it's like there's some bizarre kind of witchery going on.
So would you like to have a pseudonym?
I would, yeah, well, the thing is, I used to hate my name until I was about 18, and then I realised that at least it was a bit different.
What would you be called? Pinky?
No.
Mr. Bongo.
What was yours, Frederick?
The Rumbarbar.
No, I don't need a pseudonym. And sometimes people say to me, is Ralph Little a stage name? And I go, I'm not being funny. If I was going to choose a name, I wouldn't choose that, would I? It's rubbish.
Do you think Stuart Little, the mouse... Do you think he's really Stuart Abraham Bailey Little?
I think he might be. Yeah. But his mum never told him.
That's it. Mum mouse.
Rich, what about would you be? Mr. Crazy Crunch?
Yeah, sure, I'll go with that. I used to sign books, and I was at a book signing, and I had a book that was out. And I had to go to Houston, Texas, and I kept signing books to someone named Alma Chisholm. everybody who came up would just say Alma Chisholm, and I thought that was her name, and about the sixth one in. Then they look at it. No, how much is it? Oh, it's $8.99. But I'd written all these books to Alma Chisholm.
Gaby, have you got a pseudonym?
No, I haven't, but I'm scared to see what you're going to come up with. Oh, yeah, like nobody's ever done that one before.
Well, I'm just, stating the obvious.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we should move on now. Let's take a question from the man there with the cummerbund. It's risen up quite high under his chin.
My name's Eddie. Does the team think that London will be a good city to host the Olympics in 2012?
Thank you, Eddie. Does the team think that London will be a good city to host the Olympics in 2012? Or will my plan for world domination be complete and then London will be submerged in the solvent I'm developing in my lair? Ralph. Surprised you then, didn't I?
Yeah, you did a little bit, yeah. I'm a little bit of a grumpy old man when it comes to the Olympics. I don't see the point. Not in the Olympics per se. I just don't think they're going to be that good for London. I think it's all a bit of a...
What would you rather it was? Bolton?
Yeah, basically the Olympics in Bolton would be really localised. But actually, a lot of it's not... when it was in Beijing, most of it wasn't in Beijing anyway. All the obscure sports, they had to pack off about 500
put on a good show, though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did put
Ralph, didn't you enjoy that?
Yeah, I did. I loved all the
You
songs.
with your young mind, you must have loved all those colours and lights and things.
Well, what was great was I'm really into the... instead of watching the sports, I just like to get given crayons and just kind of colour things in. So I kind of
I think
enjoy
they
it.
should have done it in the English Channel. All of it, forget London. It's a lot cheaper for a start. Rich?
What, including the running?
Running on water. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Rich?
I'm drawing a picture of a truck, Vic.
Hey, that's cool.
I'll just say this. The current proposed stadium is an abandoned Greyhound track. Abandoned. So it can only get better.
Well, I think we're nervous, aren't we? Basically...
You might be, I'm not.
Well, I think generally, our record has not been great. The Dome was crap, wasn't it? Wembley was crap. Terminal 5 was crap. We secretly are a bit nervous. 2012 will be crap. But maybe what we need to do is to get all the foreign athletes during the 2012 Olympics to arrive at Terminal 5, lose all their equipment, and then it's Britain top of the medal table.
Thank you, President, Prime Minister Andy Parsons. Gaby, you must be involved in this new debacle. So do you think it's good, knocking down the East End and building a running track?
Well, some of it I think is good, apart from all the people who are now suffering with asthma and all the rest of the things, which I don't think is so good. I think it's great that it's coming here. Slightly worrying about Boris Johnson and all the... What was it the other day? He was saying waff and all about the ping pong and all the other things. But I think it's good. I'm the one sitting around here that think it's good. So there we go.
I didn't understand a lot of what you just said. I heard words.
I think actually what he talked about was whiff-waff.
Whiff-waff, that was it.
Waff-waff would be a slightly disappointing version where you played against yourself.
Well, I think we've cleared that one up. Let's have the next question. The naked lady with the folded arms clutching the pita breads.
Hi, my name's Monica. Has a team ever appeared in a paparazzi photo? And if not, how would they react if they did?
Oh! Has the team ever appeared in a paparazzi photo, and how would they react? Gaby, have you ever been snapped unawares, perhaps shoplifting?
Yeah.
Or setting fire to a clergyman?
Yeah, both times. Yes, no, I have been.
Or dismounting from a bus without any knickers on?
No. That one, no, but the first two, yes. No, I have been, and I don't like it, but there we go. It's part of the job, as people say, but I hate it. I absolutely hate it, especially when I'm with my kids. So there we are. That's an honest answer to that. I can't come up with anything even vaguely amusing.
Well, what about you, Rich? You look like you were slightly shaky there.
What I like to do is I like to hire a paparazzi with no film in the camera. It's just a bunch of guys. I give them
just your gross
10 pounds, and they come around and snap pictures of me coming out of stuff. So it looks like I'm being papped.
Yeah. Ralph, I bet you've been papped loads. I've just been papped again.
Occasionally, yeah. It's very weird. You don't know what to do about it, really, because nobody ever kind of trains you in how to deal with it. So you always do that thing of pretending that you haven't noticed that they're there. You know, if you ever see photos of people walking out of a club, they're never looking directly into the lens and sort of smiling and going hi. They're just walking along as if they're getting on with a normal life. But there's like 10 people firing flashbulbs off at you. So it's not like you don't realise it's happening. But you just kind of you just hope they don't get one of you when you're blinking, and so you look very drunk. That's just an excuse for being very drunk.
No, but that's what they do. But I got a beauty done to me once. I was walking, because I like to walk along and whistle, and I sometimes don't know I'm doing it. And they got a picture, they got a shot of me whistling and said that I was wolf whistling at some girls. But I was just walking along whistling. But I thought that's kind of like that, really. that I'd wolf whistle at a couple of.
I was once not papped, but told in a photo. There was a photo of Billie Piper in about 2002 or something, walking out of a club, and it was, here's Billie Piper leaving with her new love, Ralf Little, and it was just the back of somebody's head who had black hair, and I was, I think, in Austria at the time. So it was, you know, it was basically a long distance relationship, and
who was it, Mickey Rooney?
I have no idea. So yeah,
I have.
Andy, you must have, did the pap you, or was the deflection of that shiny bald head disturbed the photographs?
I was actually cut out of a paparazzi photograph last week. Right? I was presenting Best Album with Kimberly Stewart, right, at the Q Awards, right? We had our photo taken together, and then the next day lots of papers had the picture of Kimberly Stewart, right, with just my elbow cut off. That's me, not quite as famous as Kimberly Stewart, but with a very famous elbow.
Maybe your father put a stop to that.
If only I had a famous father.
You've been photographed with who? OK, next question there for the lady there with the nitroglycerine.
Hi, my name is Eugenie. I was wondering, does the team think traffic wardens get a hard time?
Do traffic wardens get a hard time? I wonder. I have a sticker that's in my car window that says, "This is the King's car." And I've never had any trouble yet. Andy, have you ever had trouble with traffic wardens?
Well, I found out the other day that apparently traffic wardens, right, earn more than our frontline troops. So I've got a little solution to this problem, and that is to put traffic wardens on the front line. And it's not like they're without military potential, are they? Because they're really good at spotting people without being spotted themselves. I mean, those Taliban will only have to leave their vehicle for a moment. They'll be right on them.
Need we say more? Ralph, any comments on that?
I can't. I hate traffic wardens. My mate tried to punch one of them, and 5 more just sprang up, like as if from the ground, like something out of Lord of the Rings.
Did they actually come out of the tarmac?
They literally... I think that's where they hide. Well, you know when you can't see them before they stick a ticket on your
Do you
car?
know what? To be honest, now you come to mention it, I have seen them rise from an area of hard standing, as if by magic.
They did, and then they maced him. They pulled out, which I'm sure is illegal, they pulled out pepper spray and got my mate in the face and then proceeded to give him a sound kicking, which, frankly, I'd rather just have took the ticket. But yeah, that's true.
Rich, you and traffic wardens, do they mix?
This is the first thing I think a traffic warden says when he gets home in the afternoon. Hey, honey, guess what? Everyone I met today called me an asshole.
And she'll go, asshole.
Yeah, they must have great relationships at home. I mean, abuse at home. It must be great to be married to one.
Gaby, do you ever bother with them as you're driving around in your smart car?
If I had one of those.
What car have you got?
Oh, I've got a family car, a 7-seater.
Oh, I've heard about them.
Yeah, 7-seater little thing in diesel.
Little thing?
Yeah.
Tiny seats?
Yes. I absolutely hate traffic wardens, and I scream at them and shout at them. The worst thing that ever happens with the traffic wardens, years and years ago, and I was doing breakfast TV, and I got out of the car, the traffic warden put a ticket on my windscreen, and I put the money in the meter. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Nobody's ever going to know, are they?" Ha! I got you. Yeah, so ever since then, I do really pathetic things when I see traffic wardens, even if they're not coming for me. I shout things out of the window. I hate them. I turn into this mad monster.
I have an oar in the back of my car, which I find...
Oar?
Oar, you know, a thing that you row with.
Not iron ore. An ore.
Oh, now you got me thinking. Yeah, maybe I'll get some iron ore in there as well after I've whacked him with the ore. Let's have another question there from the ghostly-looking woman there clutching the severed head.
Hi, my name's Fox. Has the team ever owned a motorbike? And if not, do they think they'd take to leathers well?
Thank you. Is your real name Fox?
Yes.
Really?
Oh.
Good. Has the team ever owned a motorbike? And if not, do they think they'd take to leathers well? Rich, I can see you riding a hog.
No, I never really wore leathers other than a leather jacket.
Ralph, have you been a motorcyclist?
No, well, I used to ride briefly, rode a scooter.
Oh, you had a Vespa.
Which is why, when you said, have I ever rode a motorcycle...
That's not a motorcycle.
I hesitated and went, not really. I used to have a bright red Vespa.
Hoover.
And then I realised that it just made me look incredibly camp, and I got rid of it.
Would you wear leathers on a Vespa?
No. Well, you've got to be pretty confident as an out-and-out biker to do the whole leather thing anyway.
Yeah.
You can look a bit daft, but if you've got it...
If you're on a Vespa, you look daft anyway.
Exactly. But if you've committed to it and you've got like a lower Ducati or something, then fair enough, get your leathers on. You don't want to be pootling around on a PX125 in leathers.
Gaby, are you a motorcyclist? Have you been with a motorcycle? I presume you've been out with one, a rocker.
I've never owned my own motorbike. I don't like motorbikes, and I'm rather partial to leather, but... There's a certain type of leather, though.
That you like?
No, there's the sort of leather that just looks completely wrong when you wear it, especially on a woman. And it just goes too high up.
Andy, I can see you perhaps smoking a pipe riding an old Francis Barnett.
Well, if only one was, I'd be excited by the image myself.
If only you knew.
If only I did. I've been on a motorbike 3 times, Vic, and I've crashed 2 of them. The first one was was an office moped, for a very disappointing job that I once had, and they sent me around the block just to get used to it, came back, rode it into the boss's car, because I'd fallen off the back of it and I couldn't turn off the throttle, went over the top, smacked my head on the wall, right, came back down, bike landed on top of me, the bloke who was supposed to be showing me how to do it, right, lying on the floor, right, I thought I'd hit him, right, really worried about it. Turned out he was just laughing his arse off, thought it was the funniest thing he'd ever seen.
So you didn't get the wall of death job?
It was never available to me.
Good.
I would like to see, though, Ralph on a Vespa doing the wall of death. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
That would be nice.
It would be very aptly named, I think, on a Vespa.
You could just put a couple of wheels, on your feet.
I'd go faster.
Right, let's have the final question, and it's my personal question. Does the team think marzipan should be put to better use? E.g. filling in cracks on dikes.
You'd like to see that, would you, Vic?
I think that, marzipan... Because I love marzipan. I know everyone I know can't stand it. And it's like polyfiller. So, why not fill in cracks on dikes? Andy.
Well, I think marzipan... I can't even say it. I'm so excited by filling in cracks on dikes. But the marzipan, I think, could go to better uses. Because apparently, right, marzipan, right, it smells and has the same density as plastic explosives. So I think all plastic explosives should be replaced with marzipan. That way, when somebody comes to try and bomb us, the worst they can do is give us a cake.
And also, it's almondy, isn't it? So it's kind of cyanide-like. If you've got a crack in your wall, and instead of using polyfiller, if you use marzipan, you can always lick it if you get a bit bored or whatever. Rich, what do you think about this subject?
I've too often confused marzipan with temazepam. Without
you have enough
good
of it,
results.
It has the same effect.
Yeah. So, I think it should probably be used to Bondo, fill in dents in cars. Not dentist, dents.
Yeah.
cavities. Why not just stuff it right up there instead of an amalgam, you know?
Yeah. Ralph, have you ever used marzipan?
Yeah, I've used it only in a traditional way on cakes, but I'm not a fan. I think it's absolutely horrendous stuff.
Oh, it's great.
That's disgusting.
Hands up who likes marzipan. I would say a quarter. So it's not a really attractive fondant.
No. I'm not a fan at all. I think, yeah, like a polyfill thing, filling in cracks on dikes. I love it. I can't think of something better, really. I mean, there are websites.
I can't get enough of marzipan. Gaby, can you get enough marzipan? Do you love it? How many wedding cakes have you...
When you put it like that, I get hot. You cruel man. I loathe it. I think it's just the most repulsive, repugnant stuff, but even worse is
What's
the thought...
so bad about it? Do you like...
But the thought of you putting it in the cracks in your loo and licking it, that makes it just 1,000 times worse. So no, that's it. Never again. I can't even smell it.
Do you like Marmite?
Love it. I can do it by the spoonful.
No.
See, I believe that marzipan is the male Marmite. If you gave me...
Can you eat Marmite? Do you like Marmite?
I'd put marzipan on my toast in the morning. Very easily.
So you can you have spoonfuls of marzipan?
I think there's a big opening there for someone. Anyway, that's got to be the end of the show, because on that dynamic note and fantastic revelation by me, marzipan is the new Marmite. I'm waiting for the calls now. Thank you, lads and lasses. I hope you've considered all the points raised tonight, mulled them over, and once digested, hurl your thoughts into the nearest ocean. I know I will. Good night.